This is a video review of my Janus Halcyon. First, we're leaving Juliet at the Whistle Stop Cafe towards Forsyth. Some people wanted to listen to the engine, so here you go. Yep. I got my Halcyon in May of 2019 with 900 miles on it. It's now at 2,600 miles, so I'm fairly familiar with it now. First, I'm going to list the pros and then the cons. The pros are that it is easy to work on, light and maneuverable, has a decent mileage of 60 to 70 miles to the gallon, has a unique look, and is made in America. The cons are that it has no oil filter, meaning frequent oil changes. It has a 70 mile per hour wide open throttle top speed, so you're not going to be setting any world speed records. And it has a 1.5 gallon tank, 1 gallon run, half gallon reserve, meaning that you only get about 97 miles to the tank, so you definitely want to plan any long range trips. So how's the ride? Well, when you're going down the road at speed, it sounds like an angry weed eater. That's a single cylinder engine for you. The Honda Gram is the same way. I'd recommend some earplugs for a longer trip. Just because of that, it starts to drone, and you will actually start to lose some hearing just on the ride. As far as comfort goes, it is a hardtail, but the seat springs do a tremendous job cutting down on the random jolts and such. The seat is a bit small. They make a wide-line seat, but I've yet to upgrade to it, so I can't comment on that. With regards to speed, it does 55 easy and doesn't start to struggle until 65. Once you've hit 70, you're out of throttle and start to pick up some serious vibrations that make you want to back off. So I'd overall recommend staying away from 70 and limiting your top speed to about 65. So, one question people ask is, where is it made? It is made right here in the United States, in Goshen, Indiana. Some people point out that the engine is Chinese. That is true, it is a Honda clone made in China, but most of the parts are not. In fact, they have a parts supply breakdown on their website. From that list, Janus makes the wiring harness, the frame, the fenders, the front forks, the tank, the seat pan and vinyl/leather, the airbox, the battery box, the swing arm for the Phoenix and Griffin models, the handlebars, the exhaust, the brackets, the gas cap, and the axle. From domestic suppliers, they source the brake disc, the wheels, the tires, the switches and controls, the grips, the brake lines, the drive chain, the speedo, throttle, and clutch cables. From overseas suppliers, they source the light system, the calipers and master cylinder, the engine, the air filter, the carburetor, which is a Kaihin carburetor, and the Icon suspension, which is Icon from Australia. So, looking at that, you can see that most of the parts are made from either Janus themselves or domestic suppliers, with only a couple of parts coming from overseas suppliers. Another question I get asked fairly often is Janus helpful? Yes, they are. I've ordered a good number of parts through them, and they've always gone out of their way to help. In fact, the first time I called them and said I had number 32, they asked, "That's the blue one, right?" That really surprised me, and to me it shows how much they care about the bikes. I really was not expecting them to even think about what color the bike was. Now, like I said, mine is number 32. They're at around 700 or so now, and in that time they've updated a good number of parts, so that's why I've bought so many parts. Now, just some of the things I have upgraded include the coil seat springs instead of hairpin seat springs, the standard intake instead of the high-performance intake, a standard AGM battery instead of a lithium ferrous battery, and I did replace the petcock because the one on the bike had developed a small leak. In closing, I like the bike, and if you're looking for one, I'd say go for it. They do offer discovery days for test riding. The biggest con in my eyes is the 100-mile range, and the biggest pro is that it's a unique, American-made motorcycle. I do appreciate that quite a bit. If you have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I will try to answer them.